All right, Brat, let's get right back into it. Oop. The music stopped. Okay. There's more music. All right, I was going to see if anything had slid around down here, leaving an open door. Nope. Okay, well, the open door isn't in here. Let's look somewhere else. Okay, upstairs. Anything open? Nope. Oh, we already opened the attic. Anything in here? Nothing new. Okay. Up in the attic, perhaps. Anything slide over? No. Still only 2 masks off. All right. Secret passage. Oh, okay. Secret passage. Oh, this looks like Professor Wright's archive. I should bring Kaufman here at once. Well, alrighty. If you feel like you must. There you go, Kaufman. Experiments, 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful, there's a small key inside the folder. Give me a key. 1st August 1885, results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come from the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. This would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key that we seek. 20 September. Now that they have proven themselves useful, I have installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing must still be down there in the dark. 12th November. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Gone. Look at the redactedness of that. 15 December. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel and hope that the abomination remains forever entombed within. What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a log that the professor kept during one of his experiments almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written in there? It cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor Wright's illness, maybe. Perhaps, though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude that the professor had another working place underground. Perhaps that key opens the basement door. There could be a route through to this underground tunnel. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than that folder among this mess. Oh, he did give me the key. What's the basement key? Ha! I have the basement key. Oh, what's this? Some shredded paper. It appears to have been notes. Many folders. They have no distinctive tag. Piles of papers of all kinds, discarded notes, letters, and receipts, all mixed up. A long series of folders with dates on them in complete disarray. A set of framed silhouettes. Under each is an inscribed plaque. Oh. Okay, what does this say? Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, and so he proposed to her. Okay. Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Miss Bartley never did Miss Bartley did never take her eyes off her daughter and watched them at all times. Mr. Bartley tried to show his support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. Okay. Okay, young Agnes. Mrs. Bartley. Okay, and Mr. Bartley. A compartment has opened in the wall. Gimme. Aha! There. I've taken off a different mask. Now. Am I still upstairs? I am. I'm going to check. I'm going to double check and make sure that actually did that. Right up here where it's handy. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we got 3 off. Fantastic. Now we can go down to the basement and get eaten by something down there. That'll be good. What do you think is creepier, John G? Attics or basements? I think it depends on where it is, I guess. I've seen creepy attics and I've seen creepy basements. But I've also seen comfortable attics and comfortable basements, so... I feel like basements may be inherently creepier because they're underground. Completely dark in here. I feel a cold draft coming from the front. That's too dark. I need something to light the way. How about a match? There we go. Boop-a-doop. Anything? Okay. Nope. I've run out of matches. Well, now what? That can't be good. Huh. Did you fall in a hole? Where am I? You're in a hole. Flow of air is stronger here. Here. Is that a lantern? Good. Take that for heaven's sake. Gooberhead. This part of the tunnel is blocked by a cave-in. The underground tunnel is not accessible from here. I should go back. Thank goodness, a ladder. Where's there a ladder? Oh. Looks like a component of some sort of machine. Ah! We needed a component to a machine. Take. Get back up the stairs. Yeah, goofball. Oh, look at here. I bet I can get that last mask off. Hey, hey. Mechanism of some sort. Yeah. Boop. There we go. That takes care of that. That's just silly. I did like the fall down into the hole sound, though. That was pretty good. Ooh, I didn't see that. This old furniture has been left here to rot. Okay. There's nothing in it? I find that shocking. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Professor Wright's log, how can we find the missing parts of his research? I must talk to Kaufman about this. Okay. Hey, Kaufman. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There's a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel, but it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I could not tell for sure. Covered in debris? It sounds as if the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to this underground area. That's what you think. It is unfortunate for us. Yeah, because we want to get to the monster and have our heads like eaten right off. I have made some progress of my own, mein Freund. I think this could help us delucidate the next step in our search. Have a look. Well, if you insist. What are we looking at? Today, a meeting finally took place. You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. We could reach an agreement to fund this project, but first we need to know the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subject, how open he is to suggestion. As you know, only the human mind can open a physical passage to the other side. So a complete, absolute darkness will be required for the experience to result. A secluded place completely isolated. A place that can only bring thoughts of what might be hiding in the dark. I have the perfect location in mind. But in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of the experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. I have designed a special device that would allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. That we can arrange. But there's one last thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By means of a chemical compound of some kind? Do you mean a serum? Not at all. That would be of no elegance whatsoever. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts. That which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is the key that we will use to open the last door. Could this organization be the Playwright? It may be, mein Freund. If so, then we are closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room I have been able to find only some fragments of information, discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That seems the most reasonable conclusion. But access to that place is lost, is it not? The entrance was sealed. There may be another access that we do not know about. If we could find and use the device that the professor mentions in his log, I believe we could shed some light on this matter. All right. Up we go. Let's see if we can use this thing. Boop and boop. I think it'll work now. Me too. Okay. Okay. There we go. The sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that a piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. There's a piano playing in the tunnels. He's trapped a musician down there. Not to state the obvious, but it sounds as if someone is still down there playing the piano of all things. But how's that even remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It means there is another entrance to the underground tunnel, and that we must find it. But we've run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive, and Professor Wright continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypnotize the professor, mein lieber Freund. We are running out of options. This might be the only way to find the answers we seek. Look at the candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather. Everything around you fades. You're entering a dark, endless void. Oogie. Oh. Listen to my voice. Where are you? A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. Great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. Let's go west. Toward the setting sun. I'm on the beach. There's a huge rock here. Many birds circle in the sky overhead. To the north, I see the shore. To the west, there is a person. Go west. As soon as I approach, the figure darts between the rocks as though it were frightened of me. Go back. Okay, go north. I stand beside the shore. The water wets my shoes, and all around me lie the wrecks of ships. To the north, something floats in the water. To the east, I can see the edge of the forest. Oh, a body floats in the water. I will not look upon its face. Okay. Now I go east. I stand beside a waterfall. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock from a great height. They fall and fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the waterfall, to the east lies a tunnel. To the west, I see the edge of the forest. Oh, we'll go east to the tunnel. I'm in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me. He begs me to stop. The tunnel divides into many passages. I could go north, south, and west. Okay, let's go north. I am in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see it clearly. Its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. Walk down the tunnel. There's a very small room. In the center lies a deep pit. A ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. Go down the ladder. I cannot. I hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. No, you must continue. It waits for me. It waits down there. Yeah, well, you shouldn't have brought it up here then. I've gone down the ladder. I cannot see. It is pitch dark. I can feel its breath. It is here. It is with me. Enough. We went too far, mein Freund. You're right. I did not think he would react this way. You did well by stopping the Trans Kaufman. I think it would be best if we left it for today. Let us return to the inn. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow, let's discuss the next steps in our investigation. Okay. January 21st, 1893. Okay. Hello? Come in. Kaufman, are you all right? Worry not, Wakefield. I'm just feeling a bit feeble. Must be all this cold and humidity. Nothing serious. I would like to know your opinion about what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us on our search? Well, let's see. The underground tunnel. I believe this underground tunnel has left a deep impression on Professor Wright's subconscious. I agree. The horror he experienced at the end of the session was far too intense to derive solely from his imagination. It speaks of some trauma. The mysterious figure. Throughout the trance, he saw an unknown figure with no visible face, the floating body in the water, the person near the rocks, the one beside the piano. Yes, indeed, but I am afraid it is too soon to unveil the true meaning of those images. Professor Wright mentioned a man that shouted at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. Very good. It was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor Wright's fears. If we can find this man, I'm sure we will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and try to find out something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Okay. Down to the town square we go. Open the door. What is this place? The Fisherman's Lodge. Alright. In you go. Ah. You cannot cross the sea. Hick. Merely by standing and staring at the water. The sea chooses harbors to laugh in like sailors do. An old poster of a local traditional sport. A local traditional sport. Oh, that's generic. Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Are you a ship captain? Why? What's it to you? Do I look like a captain? Your hands. Because of your hands, calloused by years of knotting rope and reeling in line. Any fisherman has hands like these. Because the hat you're wearing. Ha! A hat don't make a captain, townie. You can buy a hat like this in any flea market in England. Alright. Your 3 earrings. Because the 3 earrings you're wearing. You have doubled the 3 capes. Is that right? Indeed I have. Good Hope, Lewin, and Horn. I don't know what that middle one is. Now I feel bad. Therefore, I hold the right to stand before kings and to piss against the wind. If I dies in the sea, these 3 rings will pay my wake. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you'll not set sail again? I love the sea more than anything. It is my passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him that we do not know. There are, far from the coast, the deep, dark things we are still unprepared to behold. Believe me, those things await deep down. Have you seen any of those things? No, but You may have heard one or two of the stories the fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is naught but tales for young'uns, mere superstition for men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in a strong wind a stretched rope can shake and sing. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child, but there was one time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave clashing with a ship, no. It was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I had heard before. And I understood. What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords. And whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. What happened then? As I navigated back to shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks of the cliffs did the rest. I do not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended up, with the passing of years and tides. I looked for them once, for many moons, but all I found was this bar and the bottom of an empty glass. I've never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now, leave me be. All right. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey. All that blathering worked up a right sore thirst. Sheesh. This lady is dressed rather elegantly for someone who came to drink in a place like this. Hey, let's not be judgy. Those two fishermen have just given me a suspicious look. And, well, they should. You're just standing around. Okay. Good morning. You want a drink? I'm looking for a man named Oscar. Do you know a man called Oscar? You mean Father Oscar? You can find him at the church when he's not in here. It's right outside. What's with the man in the corner? Fred? You can ignore him. He's a sad, lonely drunk. Have you ever met Professor Wright? The professor? Sure. Saw him every other day as a young'un. Always involved in the village. He was la-di-da all right, but folks respected him. He got stuck in. Didn't last, though. Shut himself away, started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the village eventually. Last I heard, he'd gone crazy. None of us knows for sure, though. Been years since I saw him. Okay, Godspeed. Wheel taken from the helm of a ship. Perhaps a trinket from the owner's days as a ship's helmsman. Okay. Anything else I ought to look at? Shoop. Bottles of rum, dark beer, and a couple of taps of pale ale. Okay. Same thing. Okay. That's as far as we go this way, so we need to go to the church, sounds like. Church. That's funny. The window's closed shut. It's closed shut, as opposed to shut closed. Alright. Oh! Did I mess up? Oh. It's a little boat. An old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. Okay. Anything else down here? Ooh, what's that? An old rusty bronze bell, typical of a seafaring vessel, is engraved with the name Augustine. Oh, we know that name, don't we? Someone may be able to tell me more about it. I know exactly who can tell me more about that. Okay. Old ship is completely wrecked. Oh, that must be where the Augustine is. Yeah. He couldn't find it anywhere. It was right down the road. Shame on me, John Lee. Okay. Anything else over here? May as well get a good look while we're down here. Some abandoned wooden planks. Perhaps they are here for the repair of local fishing boats. And it won't let me take them. That's fine. I didn't really want a bunch of wooden planks in my pocket anyway. This is the door of the Church of Wickport. And it's closed. Alright, next time we will take this bell back to its captain and see what he does about that. I wonder what his reaction will be. Do you think it'll make him feel a little bit dingy? Bye, Brat.